My name is Antonia, and this is my series Unveiled, where I choose and explore the objects and artwork that I would house in my imaginary museum. In this episode, a column rises through the centre of a circular room. This pillar is broken at the base by a figure of a woman carved out of the marble. With neat, plaited hair and wearing simple drapery, the woman stares aloofly into the distance, a small smile softening her face. Only through walking around the column does her hand appear to join another's, and it is discovered that in fact 3 women encircle the pillar, rather than just one. Their arms almost merging together, the identical figures face different directions, greeting visitors approaching the room from multiple entranceways. Like walking into a hall of mirrors, the women almost question your sense of direction, reflecting each other whilst also breaking the symmetry through small variations. There is something unnerving and unnatural about the union. Protecting or guarding, welcoming or warning, these statues evoke a duality of emotions. These 3 figures represent the Greek goddess Hecate. Hecate was an underworld goddess who was associated with physical and symbolic boundaries, such as gateways and the divide between the living and dead. As a goddess of transition, she was often depicted in triple form to highlight her connection with crossroads. The image of her 3 likenesses encircling a central column, called a Hecateon, was used at these junctions, as well as entrances to temples and private homes. Although all similar variations of the same format, this particular marble sculpture of Hecate was made in Greece around the 2nd century AD and is now housed in the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge. After walking around the Fitzwilliam Museum and picking out my favourite pieces, I realised that among all the varied objects on show, I'd been most drawn to the 2 different depictions of Hecate. After some research, I became intrigued by her role as a liminal deity that presided in the space between things, as I have always struggled with the waiting and anticipation that so often haunts this transitional time. So, apparently, did the people of the classical age. The Roman writer Ovid wrote in the 1st century AD, "Look at Hecate, standing guard at the crossroads, one face looking in each direction." In this he presents her as a protectress, guarding over a time of transition and decision-making. A goddess always on the fringes, she was called upon to watch over those who travelled through spaces that could lead to a profound change, whether a different path or between life and death. I love these images of Hecate because they are a reminder that for millennia people have feared these times of uncertainty, but that at every fluctuating moment she stands watch to guard and protect. Whether at a physical or symbolic crossroads, it is almost comforting to know that Hecate may be acting as a guide, defending each direction and paving the way, reminding us that we are not alone in our journeys. Unveiled by Antonia Rogers on the social on BBC Radio Norfolk and